If you're into forgotten history and practical survival knowledge, you're in the right place. Today, we're digging into a method so effective, so simple, and so independent that, well, many governments quietly phased it out because it made citizens less dependent on state systems. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles so you never miss these deep historical dives. Now, let's get straight into the method itself. The system of community-based resource preservation that threatened central control. For centuries, rural communities across Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa relied on a decentralized preservation system built around earth cellars, communal smokehouses, and shared granaries. This wasn't just storage. It was a full survival infrastructure founded on passive temperature control, distributed risk, and knowledge passed from generation to generation. When centralized governments began enforcing regulated grain depots, standardized food distribution, and industrial preservation, these older systems fell out of favor. Some were even restricted because they bypassed state monitoring. How subterranean preservation created independence authorities disliked. The core of the method was the underground storage chamber, a simple dugout reinforced with stone or timber using the earth itself as a natural refrigerator. Temperatures stayed between 2 and 10 degrees Celsius year-round with no energy input. Communities stored grains, root crops, fermented dairy, cured meats, and even emergency water reserves. The reliability of these chambers meant people didn't depend on government-run warehouses or rationing systems. During conflicts from the 30 Years' War to both World Wars, villages with these cellars survived blockades and failed supply lines far better than those relying on centralized distribution. States preferred predictability and control. Decentralized food stores made that harder. So, here's the thing. Smokehouses and fermentation networks broke dependence even further. Alongside the earth cellars, there were these communal smokehouses. Families would rotate their use, and the output was, well, predictable, long-lasting protein that could survive entire seasons. Add to this the fermentation networks, stone crocks of preserved vegetables, grains converted into stable porridges, and dried legumes stored for, honestly, years. These systems functioned without oversight, taxation, or state records. Some governments discouraged or outright replaced them with industrial canning mandates, ration cards, and standardized supply chains. When citizens controlled their own food security, state leverage weakened. Now, how can you apply this knowledge today, even if you don't have a village or old-world infrastructure? You can recreate the principle, even on a small property. Modern root cellars only need depth, airflow, drainage, and insulation. A backyard chamber lined with gravel and timber can hold potatoes, carrots, onions, and apples for months, and you don't need any electricity. A smoke barrel setup can replicate the communal smokehouse idea and produce durable protein that stays stable for long stretches. Even if you live in an urban apartment, you can adopt the fermentation side of the system. Sauerkraut, kimchi, dried grains, and salted legumes all replicate those long-term storage benefits without relying on fragile supply chains. The key isn't copying the past, it's adopting its independence. The method worked because it decentralized survival and removed reliance on external systems. That's what governments found inconvenient. And, well, that's exactly what makes it powerful today. If you found this useful, make sure you subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles and share this guide with someone who loves history as much as you do.